Thanks for joining us tonight. For nearly 20 years, Marvin Haynes has been sitting in prison for a crime he says he did not commit. Now he has a chance to get out of a life sentence.
Danny Spiewak has the message from the Haynes family and the prosecutor that put him away all those years ago, who still stands by the case.
19 years ago,
The community's help is what led us to where we're at today.
police arrested 16-year-old Marvin Haynes in May 2004 for the murder of North Minneapolis flower shop owner Harry Randy Shear.
Marvin has always proclaimed his innocence since day one.
Marvina Haynes is Marvin's older sister.
The truth is finally going to prevail.
With the help of the Great North Innocence Project, Haynes got his case back in court this week for an evidentiary hearing.
What are the biggest issues with this case in your mind?
The whole case.
According to court filings, Haynes' legal team takes issue with, quote, defective eyewitness identification and false evidence from witnesses. During testimony this week in Hennepin County Court, relatives offered an alibi for Haynes, and his cousin told the judge he was pressured back then to relay word of a confession to police.
One of the most amazing days of our life, to be able to tell our side of the story.
There was no physical evidence linking Haynes to the crime, but the lead prosecutor on the original case remains convinced of his guilt.
He murdered that man. There's no question in my mind. There was no question in those jurors' minds.
Mike Fernstall is the former assistant Hennepin County attorney.
The reason this case is coming back now is not because there's substantial and compelling evidence that Marvin Haynes is innocent, but rather because the political winds are blowing in his favor.
Fernstall says he's not swayed by the new testimony this week, pointing out that Haynes testified in his own defense 2 decades ago.
I mean, you couldn't believe a word he said.
But Haynes' sister says she's encouraged that a judge granted the evidentiary hearing.
Why did it take 20 years for someone to listen to my family?
After listening to testimony the past 2 days from witnesses, including Haynes himself and relatives, the judge will hear from one more witness next month. Then he can decide whether to overturn the conviction. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office has been defending this conviction in court this week. They did not respond to our request for comment or for a statement about this. Ultimately, if this conviction were vacated, it would be up to them to decide whether to retry it. That's only if. We don't know if that's going to happen yet.
All right. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it.